Welcome to A Course of Love. I just love this book, and we are delving into it one bit at a time. I'm Teri Angel. I'm here with my co host, Karen Palmer. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
And our beautiful family, Charlie Coons.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome.
And Auntie Jean Lorio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
So we are at the placeholder 9.19 if you have the book and you want to follow along with us. And who would like to start us off tonight?
I will, since it's my birthday.
All right.
That's right, Charlie.
919 is my birthday.
Can you write it down, Charlie, so we don't forget it?
It has been said often that cause and effects are one in truth. The world you see is the effect of fear. Each one of you would have compassion for a child tormented by nightmares. Each parent most fervent wish would be to tell the child truthfully there is no cause for fear. Age has not taken fear from any of you, nor made your dream of life any less of a nightmare. Yet you spare a few moments of compassion for yourself, and when such chance occurrences come about, you quickly override compassion with practicality. While it makes sense to you to attempt to dispel a child's nightmare, you see no way to dispel your own. You hide fear beneath the surface, and behind each alternative label you would give it, in a desperate attempt to see it not. To live in fear is indeed a curse, and one that you would try to tell yourself is not present in your life. You look to others to feel compassion for, to those living in countries torn by war or neighborhoods steeped in violence. There is cause for fear, you say, but not here. Yeah.
This need not be.
Need not be, no.
Need not
Not here.
This need not be, not here, not now.
It's a choice we make, isn't it? We can choose to go into that fear and into that illusion, but we don't have to. This need not be.
We can just keep reminding each other that we're in the same nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
And that we can be more gentle with each other. I just think that that's the answer to everything. Gentleness and tenderness.
Yeah.
Gentleness and tenderness. If we could just realize everybody's doing the best they know how with the awareness that they have, and just let everyone have the experiences the way that they need to have them, because we're all in this, we're in this experience as an illusion of separateness. Yeah. But the truth is, we feel it in our hearts. You can feel it in your heart when you have that unity experience. And all we have to do is keep focusing on that, because what we focus on expands.
That's right. Keep showing compassion.
We're all in the same cement mixer.
We are.
Let's not harden together. Let's stay nice and gentle, like Karen said.
Yeah.
Tender.
But when I first read this paragraph on the side, I said, I never thought of life as a nightmare. And even when I really was living in a nightmare, I just knew it would change. I just knew, and I was determined that when I got out of that situation, I would make it so different. At that time, my spirituality was more intuitive than it was anything else. And I would say, when I have a family, it's going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
When I have a family, it's going to be a home that's beautiful. People are going to be loved. And pretty much, I think that I accomplished that. So I've never really seen it as a nightmare. I haven't gone through as much as some people have. I've been blessed in that I haven't gone through a lot. So, I mean, we all go through some things.
Right.
We sure
I've
do.
always thought life was beautiful and the earth is beautiful, and I've always loved it. So,
Mhm. Well, you are beautiful, Jean.
oh,
I'm gonna read the next paragraph if we're ready to move to that.
absolutely.
This is the only way you have been able to see to bring relief to the nightmare of a life of fear. You project fear outward and away from yourself, seeing not that you keep that which you would project, seeing not that outward signs of fear are but reflections of what you keep within. I do like this paragraph
Hmm?
because so many times we want to point away from ourselves as the cause of how we're feeling inside or what's going on, what's happening to us. We like to point that finger because you did that, I feel this way. So we're always looking for that blame to go somewhere. It can't be us, right? It can't be me. So this is really good at showing that because we do, until we are aware of it and we wake up to the fact that there's nobody that can make us feel or do or be anyway other than what we are. It's all us.
Yeah, all my beautiful speech about it not being a nightmare, I'm going to ask you something. I know you've gone through a lot, Teri, and I know that Karen has gone through a lot. And I don't know too much about Charlie, because men are more, they keep to themselves a little bit more. They don't really share that much like when they were growing up. But I was to blame myself when I was growing up.
Mhm.
I always used to think I was doing something wrong, or I was so bad or so ugly or whatever, that that's why that was happening. And did you all ever have that kind of a feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did, Jean. And, if
I
my
think that's how
dad
we're
was,
raised. We're
yeah,
raised that way.
right.
It's conditioning and it's programming, and
Hmm.
it's your fault. And you're a bad girl or you're a
Yeah,
good girl. You're going to get a reward or you're going to get a punishment. And
exactly. Yeah.
it's just the way that it's. I think it's kind of societal. It's generational. It's passed down from generation to generation, unless we break the cycle. And I broke the cycle. I did not
Hmm.
choose to have that cycle continue. And when I was a child, I remember thinking to myself, I'm not going to do that to my child.
Right.
Well, that's
I'm
the
never
same
going to,
as
I'm
me.
never going to hit my
Yeah.
child. That was one of the things I always said. I would never hit my child, no matter what, because the abuse that I had was not, it was because my parents didn't know how to handle their emotions.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
was, that was not supposed to happen that way. You have to learn how to, if you're going to be a parent, you need to learn how to handle your emotions.
Hmm.
It should just be like when you're leaving the hospital and you're taking that baby out of there, you should be learning how to have social emotional learning. Like
Yes.
Yeah, they
all
really
parents,
should. Yeah,
I
they
think all
really
parents should have that.
I agree. Yeah.
But I do feel that we've broken a lot of cycles. I do feel that
I
there's
think so.
there's not so much being shoved under the rug And, there's more people coming out and speaking out about the experiences that they've had so that they can break those cycles.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's happened in a couple of decades now, more recently, is we started to value our children a little bit more than we did before.
Mm-hmm.
Before we saw them more as a possession, that they were supposed to be there to help us to do this. And now I think we're starting to realize that they're a treasure, and we are their caregivers, and we have to really value them and take care of them. And when we do that, then we turn out very wonderful, loving people. And if we don't, then we turn out trouble. So I really do think that as a whole, that we have changed our attitude about children. Hopefully, we will do the same for women.
Yeah.
Realize that the women are not a possession. They are not a punching bag. That they are a valuable human being, and we must nurture them as we would nurture ourselves. So. Right,
Yeah.
Charlie?
Yes, all of us women agree.
I knew you would agree.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Jean, would you like to read the next paragraph?
Absolutely. As soon as I get my glasses on. Let's see. Think now of one of those you have identified as living the life of fear you deny yourself. And imagine that you could bring this one in from the dark and dangerous place. She is cold, and you prepare to fire and give her a warm blanket for her knees. He is hungry, and you prepare to feast for him, fit to serve a king. This one exists in the violence you would keep outside your doors, and from your inner sanctum, you give this one a reprise from the war that rages beyond it. All of your behavior and even your fantasies testify that you believe an absence of cold makes for warmth, that the absence of hunger is fullness, the absence of violence is peace. You think that if you would provide these things that are opposite to what you would not want to have, you have accomplished much. But a warm fire will only provide warmth as long as it is stoked. A meal will provide fullness with only will provide fullness only until the next is needed. Your closed door only keeps you safe while its boundary is respected. To replace the temporary with temporary is not an answer.
Mm.
When I first read that, I said, no, but it's nice. It's kind. That's what you should do. If you see someone hungry, you should feed them. If you see someone cold, give them warmth. That's your natural reaction when you have a compassionate heart. You want to take that pain away. But they're right. It's a temporary thing.
It's just a
Definitely.
fix, a temporary fix. Yeah.
I won't go into the next paragraph because that'll be Karen's.
Okay.
Okay.
So you may be thinking now that what I have just told you is not an answer to precisely what the Bible has instructed you to do. Good Christian girl. Make sure that you do it right. I am recorded as telling you to feed the hungry and quench the thirst of the thirsty, to welcome and give rest to the stranger. I have said when you do this, Unto others, you do this to me. Do you think that I am in need of a meal, a cup of water, a warm bed, while you are trapped in the illusion of need? Surely these acts of charity are of some value. But again, I tell you that this value is temporary. My words tell you to the eternal, to nourishment and rest of spirit rather than the body, that your sights are set on the care of the body alone is another example of choosing an opposite for replacement.
But it is right, because they do tell us in the Bible, if we see someone hungry, feed them. If we see someone hurting, help them. And I can't even, how can I put this, be negative about people like the missionaries, because although I think they have done some harm in their own right, but they go in and they do help feed, clothe, and whatever people. And then they always have a religious component to what they do, which to me shows that they're not just trying to take care of the body, but also the inner part of us, the soul, the thing that is really important. So I've never been, even though I have been negative about churches, I've never been negative about the missionaries who offered their lives to help people. I've always thought that was, I kind of almost thought that would be a noble thing to do. I'm sorry, I'm just talking.
That's okay. But I understand, I think, from this paragraph, it's kind of like what Jesus taught us is, you can give somebody a fish or you can teach that person how to fish. And so that's the temporary part. The temporary fix is here, I'll give you a fish, right? And then, like it said earlier in the paragraph, I think before that, then what happens when they get hungry again? Are they going to expect somebody to give them another fish? But if we've taught them how to do it, then they know that they can go and they can have food, they can feed themselves. So it's I know that's like the metaphor of it, but it's the same thing with peace. It's the same thing with our spirituality. We can pray for people. I can tell you, I'm going to be praying for you. I'm praying for you. I'm really sending my prayers up. But if you teach that person how to pray and what that's all about, they lift themselves up. So it's working on not the temporary, but it's working on let's really incorporate this as our life, as our way of life. And that's what is being taught here.
I think a lot of people say, I'm going to pray for you, and then they never do either. It's just something to say, I'm praying for you.
Right. Yeah.
And it's not that heartfelt conversation that you
Right.
kind of promise to have. So it's, yeah. I've even noticed that about myself, that I seem to say it very easily, but then to actually do it is something that I have to make sure I do. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Shall we read one more before we go to chant?
I think so, because Charlie has read, but yeah.
I'll do one more.
Okay.
Is this not your way of solving all problems that you face? You see what you do not want and try to replace it with its opposite. Your life is thus spent in struggling against what you have for what you have not. Only one example is needed to clarify the predicament. in which you have placed yourself. You feel lacking, and so you want. You want and want and want. You truly believe you do not have what you need, and so you make yourself continuously needy. You just spend your life trying to fulfill your needs. For most of you, this trying takes on the form of work, and you spend your entire life working to meet your needs and those of the ones you love. What would you do with your life if you had no needs to meet? What would you do with your life if you had no fear? The questions are the same.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. What would you do with your life if you had no needs to meet?
Yeah, I used this, that last part, as a quote for one of the blogs that I wrote just recently because it hit me. What would we do if we had no fear? You know, I can't say that I have a lot of fear, but I know that it isn't totally eradicated from my life. But what if there were no limits? What if there was nothing stopping me at all? What would I do? I love this question.
What would we all do? Can you imagine the things we would accomplish, the things we would learn if
Yeah.
we didn't have to live with that? Well, what am I going to feed the kids, or how am I going to make the mortgage payment, or how?
Mm-hmm.
And I really honestly believe that's the way God intended it to be. He gave us this
Yeah.
beautiful home that replenishes itself. And if we could just understand, I think we're supposed to be part of that cycle. We're supposed to be in there and, not have to worry about, where the next meal is coming from. And,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Be
don't
like
believe, go ahead. I'm
be like
sorry.
the sparrow, like in the Bible it
Well,
talks about the sparrow who
that's my
doesn't
favorite
worry.
part in
Yeah,
this
I know,
chapter.
me
We haven't
too.
got to it yet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, realize we've got everything we need. And my goodness, if he does take care of that little sparrow, you think he's not going to take care of us? And he's always, there have been times when it's been really hard in growing up with kids, because I did grow up with kids, and
Mm-hmm.
times that were, and there's always been, I think, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just don't, there's nothing I can do. I don't have any money. I can't do this. I can't do that. And somehow he's provided for it. Somehow he's
Always.
always been able
Mm-hmm.
to give it to me. I mean, really, he always has. Always, always. So I think if
Yeah.
you trust, and like the sparrow, don't even think about it. Know that he's there and he's taking care of you.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. It's that trust word.
That's what I came to learn this life
Yeah.
is trust.
It's been that lesson for many of us, Jean. Yeah, it's huge. All right. Well, we are going to close out the course of
There she
love,
is.
and we're going to welcome our Christine in and
Hello,
go into
everyone.
our put our chanting hats on. Chanting for change. And our first chant is Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And Karen, would you please take us into this chant?
Yeah. So this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will take us into an experience of freedom. And then we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
We declare that all illnesses, allergies, and illusions are removed.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye 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 Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye 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 Namaha. Om
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Gam
Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
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 Namaha.
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 Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
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 Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
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 Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
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 Ganapataye
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 Namaha.
Om
Om
Om Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Let's take a deep breath into our heart space. Just feel that energy of freedom. Feel what happens when we let go of the illusions, when we let go of that which we know is not real. Fear is just an illusion. And when we focus on love, then everything goes to a higher dimension. And that beautiful freedom enters in. Breathe that in and breathe it out. And the chanters are invited to come back to our breathing so that our collective energy of mindfulness will bring us together as an organism, going as a river with no separation. Let the whole of the chanters breathe as one body, chant as one body, listen as one body, and transcend the boundaries of a delusive self, liberating from the superiority complex, the inferiority complex, and the inequality complex. So, as we go into this next chant of Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, we're doing this as one unit, as one being, because we are all just one being. So the chant is Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And Karen, please take us into that chant. And I think Shoshana has already left, but she came in for just a minute to say hello to us.
Okay, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will take us into the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam
Myoho
Renge
Kyo.
We declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo.
We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
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 Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho 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 Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
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 Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
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 Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Om Myoho Renge
back into our hearts now, back into that very seat of our soul where we tune in to really connect with our higher self, with our creator, who I call God. You can call any name you wish. It's that beautiful entity that is the source of all. And we are part of that. We are a spark of the divine. So we always, every night, give honor to that. And we do it by chanting Om 3 times slowly, reverently, really reaching out to the divine with our hearts, and then reaching out to the rest of the world and sharing love from our heart. So take a deep breath in and let's begin the chanting of Om. Now stay in your heart, feeling that love, that compassion, that joy. Just feel the peace that comes in when everything else takes a back seat. And we know that we are that spark of the divine, and we have a light to shine. And we shine it out into the world every day. So let's do that now. Let's just take a breath of that love coming to us from our Creator, and we're going to share it out into the world, letting it go where it goes. We have no control over it. Our only job is to love with no expectations, not trying to control it at all. May peace prevail in our hearts, in our homes, and in our world. Om Shanti Shanti. Om Peace. Peace. Sweet peace. I didn't want to come back from that peace, but we say a declaration about it every night. And I'm going to see if Christine will count us down so we can all say it together in unison.
Yes, and I may honor. We declare that peace on earth and be but kind to everyone else, and I will notice. 1, 2, 3.
We declare
That
That
there
there
is
is
peace
peace
on
on
earth,
earth,
and
and
we
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 declare
declare
that
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 peace
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 begins
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 inside
inside
of
of
inside
us.
of
us.
us.
I
I
choose
choose
to
to see
see
only light
only light
I
and
and
only
love.
love.
Love,
ever
amen,
and ever.
ever,
Amen.
Amen.
And welcome to Marlene.
She's here. Hi,
we,
Yes, and we are here this evening, just as we've been here for every evening for 1,381 days now and counting, as a group known as the
Peace for
Peace for
Peace
peace.
for
Peace.
Peace. That's right, we're Peace for Peace, and we're right here, right now. And Auntie G's going to tell you about that.
Did you tell us how many days?
Mhm.
1,381.
I love that. Okay. Yes, we are the Peace for Peace. And that might sound a little silly, but what it is, it's joyful. And we just love laughing and have fun. And we're so glad that you're here. And hi, Marlene, we've been missing you. And thank you, Shoshana, for coming in. I know you had to leave early, but we love you and we appreciate that you came in. And we have peace all over the earth. And peace keep rolling on, bringing in peace, bringing in love, raising the whole frequency of the earth. And we invite you to join us. And since we have peace over here, and we have peace over there, and we have peace in England and India and Canada and Australia, we ask you, wouldn't you like to
To
be a
be a
peace?
P2.
The more peace, the better, that's for sure. And I forgot to tell about us
You
who
forgot
are
our
here.
you
Oh my
forgot our
goodness.
names.
No, I didn't forget your names. Chris is our sweet pea.
Hello,
She's in
everyone.
charge of all the sweetness and the gentleness and the animals and everything. And then we have our lovely songstress P, Karen. And we have our magnificent, charming Charlie P. And we have Mama P, the very, very first P. And then we have me, I'm Auntie Jean P. And not only that, if you will notice, we have Her Majesty here with us tonight, the Queen of Peace. And she just did a beautiful program about peace, and I loved it. I hope you put it out so other people can hear it. Can you do that? Or
I'm
does it
gonna
have...
I'll check and see. I have to turn it in first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, get your grade first. You know, I'm sure it'll be A+. And the other initiative we have for peace is our meditation at 1:11 every single day for only 7 minutes. And that's 1:11 Eastern time. And really, it might be about 12 minutes by the time we make introductions and that kind of thing. But it's really beautiful and you'll enjoy it. And it's really having an effect. I feel like it's having an effect. You know, you can feel the vibrations sometimes coming off of actions. And I really feel it's having an effect. And from that initiative, we have some beautiful things growing. So I'm going to turn it over to our Queen of Peace, and she's going to tell you all about those. Okay,
Thank you,
Teri.
Jean. Thank you so much. Yes, the website is scrolling across the screen, 10millionforworldpeace.org, and you can find out a lot of things that we are involved in when you come in and join us. And we do a healing circle once a month on the first Saturday of the month. We are working on developing a program to teach others about peace and becoming peace ambassadors. So there's lots going on. We have blogs, we have podcasts. Just go check it out on the website. You'll find it all right there. And thank you for considering even being with us and joining in this effort. So thank you for being here tonight. We love you so much. We appreciate the support and the helping us to chant along for peace every night. We hope you have a great evening, and we're going to leave you with Namaste, y'all. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Thank
night,
you
Gracie,
so much.
wherever you are.
Wherever you are, Gracie, we love you.
We love